I just learned that the Nintendo Wii is considered a retro console. That can't be right. I moved up the ranks in Wii Sports in high school, which was 20 years ago. Oh.
Thanks to Unbound for sponsoring this video and to all of our wonderful supporters.
You know what did exist 20 years ago? Blimey Cow. Yep, that's right. October 2005 is when we uploaded the first Blimey Cow video to not even YouTube, it was called Google Video back then. When we started Blimey Cow, the regular Nintendo was as old as the Nintendo Wii is now. You know, that got me thinking about how much changed in 20 years. Like when I was a kid, the major thing was the internet. That was the main thing that changed about the world, and that change has so rapidly brought about so many other changes that the last 20 years feels like 100 years. For example, here are some things that didn't exist 20 years ago when I was 15. My life has been wild. iPhone. First off, 20 years ago, there were no iPhones, no Android. People were still carrying around flip phones. You still just talk to people in real life. This was when I was in college. I knew one kid who had a BlackBerry, I think.
This is a nice phone.
You still talk to people in real life. And if they weren't in the room with you and you needed to talk to them, that was when you used your flip phone.
I am an avid text messenger. Text messaging.
Look at these. Watch this. Archival footage from the early 2000s looks like a different world. Look how happy people look. Even the people that are awkward look so happy.
Even the ones who look sad look happy.
Even the sad ones are happy. Just watch the people interacting with each other. No one's head is buried in a phone. And you know what else I don't see? AirPods. This changed society more than I think we really want to admit, especially for men. Everyone has their head buried in a phone, and if they don't, they have AirPods in their ears. Either way, they're plugged in. They're unavailable for conversation. It's like a compulsion. You know, you're walking around Home Depot and all these guys have their AirPods in. You can't even talk to them. If I'm not doing anything and I'm not endlessly scrolling social media, well, I should be listening to something, right? Obviously, I've got to murder the silence. Speaking of endlessly scrolling social media. We didn't have social media 20 years ago. We had AOL Instant Messenger, which was how we talked to each other online. But that was like something you did at the end of the night. We debriefed about the day's events, the latest gossip, who liked who. It was important. But we did this directly. This wasn't like posted online somewhere. It was all private chats that aren't saved, I'm assuming. They're gone forever.
I hope not.
I would love to read this stuff. Twitter didn't exist yet, and Facebook was still a college thing. For the most part, you just talk to people in real life, or at least directly, one-on-one. No Snapchat, Instagram, nothing. If you're a teenager or in your early 20s and watching this, I want you to think about life without any of this, any social media. I bet you can't even imagine it. Look, I'm not making fun of you, okay? I feel bad for you, I truly do. I feel bad for myself for getting sucked into this life. But really, you are the first generation growing up where this is just normal. Smartphones everywhere, social media everywhere. As recently as 20 years ago, none of this existed. The things you spend the majority of your day interacting with, they did not exist 20 years ago. And everything was fine. We were all great. Sure, a couple of towers blew up. But other than that, it was great. The rates of mental illness were not terrifying. Okay, maybe they didn't log all this stuff properly, but look at the pictures of those kids, okay? That doesn't lie.
No, we just keep better track of it now.
Half of those kids were neurodivergent, I swear. Okay, I don't think they were. And I've got a theory about all this. It's related to another thing that didn't exist 20 years ago, the selfie. 20 years ago, you took a picture to capture a moment, a memory, not to post anywhere, just to remember that a thing happened. To remember the place you went or the people you were with. There was no instant gratification. Most of the time, you didn't see the photo you took for weeks or months until you got the film developed at like a Walgreens or something, where Walmart used to. Now you take a picture and what's the first thing that you do? You check it. Make sure it looks good. Do we need to take another one? You know, whatever. If it's a Christmas photo or a school picture, that makes sense, but we do this for literally every photo now. The entire relationship with photography has been turned on its head. The front-facing camera in particular, the selfie, pictures used to be about capturing a moment, now it's about capturing you. Think about how weird it is, really. Anytime you watch a reel or something on Instagram, and it's somebody who has been saying something to you, they're really just staring at themselves that entire reel. Like, think of how weird that is.
It stresses me out when I watch them and I can see their eyes just like actually watching themselves.
They're watching themselves, thinking about themselves,
Yeah.
saying it's very dystopian. I hate that word, but it really is. It makes me feel gross, actually. But it's not really you. It's the you that you want other people to believe is you. You don't even know who you are anymore because it's so wrapped up with this image of you in the front-facing camera and this online persona carefully cobbled together on your social media profiles. No one's real anymore. We go back to this high school video. Nobody's like this anymore. You're not, I'm not, and it's a darn shame. Nothing is real. Everything is borrowed. Which leads to the next thing that didn't exist 20 years ago, and I remember very vividly when I heard about it for the first time, Spotify. Is this legal? That was everybody's first thought. Sounds too good to be true. And you know what? It is. We just haven't figured that out yet. But I think we're finally starting to, because in the last 20 years, everything has become a subscription service. You will own nothing and you will shockingly be unfulfilled. It sounds so great, doesn't it? I can have everything for just a small fee, a small monthly fee that increases every 3 months. But there are, you have limitless stuff. It's amazing. But there are only so many hours in the day. How many TV shows can you watch in a month? Seriously, think about it. How many games can you play? Just buy the things that you want and enjoy them. Pay the creator directly like we used to. I remember watching the same movie over and over and over every week. And those are the movies that mean the most to me. The movie that I watched because I have a subscription to whatever it is. I don't even remember what I'm watching now. On Amazon Prime, because everyone has Prime. Those movies don't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
They're disposable. Now you can only discover new music if a Spotify algorithm deems it worthy. And soon you'll only be able to afford to buy a home if you agree to a 50-year mortgage. This is what they do. You see, they make everything more expensive, and when you tell them that you can't afford it, they, out of the goodness of their hearts, you see, offer you a payment plan. But you can't pay for that plan because, well, you just lost your job thanks to artificial intelligence. Now, we had AI 20 years ago, okay? But it was different than the AI now. You couldn't talk to it, no, but back then, and it didn't tell you that you were the next coming of Jesus, but back then, AI was the computer player on NBA Jam, Halo, computer chess. Actually, I guess AI now is very similar to what it was back then, because back then you'd play a video game offline against an AI opponent and you'd completely dominate. Wow, I'm amazing, I'm so great, I'm so smart. Then you'd play online and get completely wrecked by real opponents in the real world. You, my friend, had a false sense of superiority, Jordan. Although when it came to NBA Jam, I could mop the floor with anybody, AI or just real people. Look, I don't know where AI is going, okay? But I do know that I'm already biased towards books, movies, articles that were written before 2023 or whenever ChatGPT started taking over. I hate that every single time I hear the phrase, you aren't just this, you're this hyperbolic other thing. I just assume it's AI. It's a safe bet, okay? We've gone from reading books for information to searching the internet for information to now finally just being told information. Look, has the world gotten better in the last 20 years? Genuinely, I'm wondering that, and it's nuanced, I guess, but no, it hasn't. But it hasn't. I think things are better in that more people are aware of how ridiculous everything is getting, but I also think that things are just more ridiculous now, so it's really hard not to notice and it's hard not to get sucked into it. And maybe some of that is because we can see more of the ridiculousness because of the internet, because of social media. But it's the compulsion that comes with it, like the dopamine. We feel like we have to interact or we're missing out. So we bury our heads in our phones and our laptops, or keep our AirPods in so that we never miss anything when we're like missing everything in actuality. We're never fulfilled, but there's always the promise that we will be one day. 20 years ago, this was all just getting started and we tried to stop it. But we failed, sorry. What's the point of talking with people face to face? It's messy and awkward and uncomfortable. It's just so much safer to hide behind the screen to do all of your communicating. And I think the people in 20 years will recognize that. Let me ask you something. If you found an organization committed to training young adults in Christian leadership, cultural engagement, and living with hope and resilience in a broken world, would you want more information? The answer is yes. That organization is Unbound, and the program we're talking about is Ascend. Ascend gives young adults the Christian leadership training, purpose-driven community, and unique education paths they need to create value and make a difference as they pursue God's calling for their lives. Unbound has been running the Ascend program for 5 years, training students from all across the country and graduating alumni who are equipped to ask the right questions, build strong communities, and make a difference in the real world. The guys and girls of Unbound are amazing. They are truly offering something so unique and needed in our world right now. They've helped us with events and they're amazing at building community. It's awesome. We've watched them work for years, and guys, seriously, Unbound is the real deal. Ascend enrollment is open to young adults who are 16 or older, and by enrolling before January, you'll also be saving an additional $1,000 on spring enrollment prices. Don't put off the difference this could make for your future. Visit beunbound.us/blimeycow to learn more. Again, that's beunbound.us/blimeycow.
Now, I know there's people out there who don't like text messaging, but those are just the guys who've never had a girlfriend in their life. Okay? Now don't hate them because they don't like text messaging. Just hate them because they've never had a girlfriend.
20 years ago, this is gonna really blow your mind, Josh. 20 years ago, there was no such thing as organic food.
Huh?
You couldn't go to a Kroger and see an organic label.
What?
Didn't exist.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Put a fact check on this, Josh,
You're
but I'm
lying.
almost sure. Fact check me on this video on the
Grok?
edit. If this is Grok, is this real? Josh, is that what you like me to call you, Josh? You or God, whatever you say. Yeah, it didn't exist. I remember when that started becoming a label, and
Okay.
we were like, what? What is this about?
Wait, was it organic before?
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Then we started learning that, you know, the other stuff is bad. Soy, bean oil is bad. And then we learned what it was doing to us. Some of us made it out, others didn't.
Some of us had 4 children by the skin of our teeth. Could have gone another way.